And our first main topic today gets submitted to us by Brian Learns Stuff. And Brian Learns Stuff writes, "Oh my God, John, it's happening. According to Deadline, Game of Thrones alumni Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey are set to play Joel and Ellie respectively in HBO's The Last of Us series. Damn, they got some real talent here, and Pascal is headlining 2 shows. Your thoughts?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yes, listen, we are entering into what could maybe finally be a golden age of video game properties being translated into movies and TV shows, because for 30 years, they've all sucked. I mean, there's been the odd one here or there, like the most recent, what do you call it? Tomb Raider. That's what it was. The most recent Tomb Raider actually wasn't bad. I kind of like the most recent Tomb Raider, and there have been a couple of others that haven't been terrible, but for the most part, video game movies have sucked and things like that. But now we've got a whole slew of high ranking AAA property video games that are now getting the translation treatment. And of course, The Last of Us being an HBO series is one that got people very excited. By the way, Samuel Varg sends in a super chat badge in the live chat. Thank you for that, Samuel. All right, so what's going on here? Well, this comes to us from the folks over at Variety who write, "The upcoming Last of Us series adaptation at HBO has cast Pedro Pascal as Joel and Bella Ramsey, Lady Mormont, in the role of Ellie. Variety has confirmed. Pascal has seen great success as the star of Disney Plus's The Mandalorian. He also recently appeared alongside Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig as the villainous Maxwell Lord in Wonder Woman 84. Ramsey is best known for her role as Lyanna Mormont in fellow HBO series Game of Thrones." All right. I got to tell you, listen, what they are doing with this series has been nothing short of amazing. When you look at the showrunners getting involved, like people involved with Chernobyl, getting involved in who's running this thing, not to mention, I really do think Last of Us and The Last of Us 2 are narratively, the greatest storytelling in any video game ever. I'm not saying necessarily it's the best video game ever, but from narrative storytelling, The Last of Us franchise is the best narrative storytelling in any video game ever, period, full stop, whatever. That's my point of view. You attach the showrunners and the people that are attached to the show, and now you add this kind of talent. You add Pedro Pascal, you add Bella Ramsey, and by the way, you know, Bella Ramsey quickly became one of my absolute favorite characters on Game of Thrones. Lady Mormont, this little girl who like constantly, whenever there were these big meetings of all the nobles and all this kind of stuff and whatever, and then there's this little girl, this little child, this little girl who constantly stood up and waxed poetic and proved she had the biggest dick in the room and every single time she was in there. And then, oh, by the way, she dies in battle. She dies, this little girl dies in victorious battle. I loved this character, and I love this little girl. I love this little girl. I absolutely loved her in this show. Now, I don't know if she's going to be any good outside of the show or not. I simply don't know. Like right now, I just straight up don't know if she's going to be any good outside of playing that one character, but her getting cast in this is probably a pretty good setup. So listen, this show, like any movie or any show, could end up being absolute ass. It could end up being absolutely terrible, no doubt about it. All I'm saying is, from where we are right now, when we just look at the source material it's based on, when we look at the people behind the camera who are getting involved, when we look at who is writing and directing and running this show, and now, and on top of that, we look at the talent that they're bringing in to be involved, they're doing everything right so far. They're doing everything right so far. So this to me seems really exciting. I loved this news. Question is, guys, what do you think about this? Maybe you were looking forward to The Last of Us already. Maybe you weren't. Maybe adding Pedro Pascal is just what you wanted to hear. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Jump down into the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys.